everybody.
Everybody. Hey.
Everybody. Okay.
Hi.
Hey y'all, thanks
How y'all
for
doing?
coming by and watching our live Clink
Yes.
reality show recap edition.
Yes.
So if you are here, I might have to pull it up on my phone so I can see comments if there are any.
Okay, let's go. Hi, everybody. Oh, happy day. How y'all doing today? I hope you're doing great.
How was your work day, everyone? I hope it was great because mine was slow as heck.
Well, I was off today, thank the Lord. But I'll be back in the trenches tomorrow on Hump Day.
On Hump Day.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So, love and marriage, Detroit.
I want to start saying love and marriage, love and marriage. The Al Bundy song.
Yes, that's somebody's favorite
So,
sitcom.
really? Well, today we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage, episode number 4. And the title of that is called Skating on Thin Ice.
So, you know how we usually open up. So, sometimes I notice there are themes or things that I pick up within the episode. So, what did you pick up anything?
Confusion. Confucius say, lot of confusion.
I think the overlining tone was resentment. Even though people were saying they weren't, they were. Big time.
Resentment, yeah.
Big time.
And holding on to stuff from the past. Because sometimes your past can keep you hostage. And I think there's been a lot of that going on as well.
Yeah. Hi, person that joined us that's watching.
Hey.
Okay, so we start out with we're on the boat still, and Anthony is still, according to his wife, having a little breakdown, and he's talking about how he needed his grandmother. I'm like, oh, that's what's
I
up.
was like, you 500 years old. I know we love our grandmas, but that made him. I grew up with brothers, and he just looked real weak. I mean, we love our grandma to pieces and stuff, but I could not see my brother on TV say, I miss my grandmama. She was the only one that She was like, she was the only one that understood him. I just think he feels alone, probably because he doesn't
that's what
have
it is.
a lot of family.
That's how he feels, alone.
And he's clinging to her family, so he's made her family his everything. Yeah. But that's her family, bro. That's her family. So when it comes to her mother, her father, they're gonna try to say what's right, but at the end of the day, you bias towards your own.
Right. I mean, that's just natural, right?
Yeah.
So Dr. Toya, he said his heart was broken by her family because, again, like what Cam was saying, that even though they're for him and all of that, but still that's their daughter, and they want the best for their daughter and him and their grandchildren, and that's for him to be
at home with the grandchildren.
But so they're still working on it, though. That's one thing I like about
work
them.
In progress.
They are work in progress, and they are not shy about going to therapy and working on it. And even their friends was like, it doesn't get easier. I was like, well, dang.
But what was tripping me out was the man was on there. The man friend didn't even really need to be on there. He didn't say nothing. Only thing he said was
camera shy.
Only thing he said was, hello, how you doing? He dapped him up.
Hello.
That's it. I was like, bro, he pouring out his heart because he wants to hear from you. I love the fact that the wife did step up and say something, but bro, he was really reaching out to you. He was trying to get that man energy. That's why I think he's trying to establish that business or that.
I wonder if his dad was in his life because he kind of But how, because you just brought up something, like he always want like that male camaraderie, that male support.
I mean, he got brothers. He got a brother.
I don't know. I wonder if he grew up with his dad, because I can see him not growing up with his dad. That would make a whole lot of sense.
It seemed to me like he just grew up with his grandmother, and it was just him and her, and she probably really coddled him, because as women, with our sons and grandsons, we do coddle them because we love them so much, and it's good while they're young, but sometimes it can hinder them when they get older. Because a man has to be a man. Has to be a man.
Yeah. I mean, hey, All right. So then we have Kobe and Big Russ. So
Big Russ.
Russ is planning a surprise birthday party for Kobe with Kobe's friend Chelsea. Mm-hmm. See, we got her name.
I like that, Ella. Right, we didn't get the one that was causing all the friction. I love the fact that he could go to her girlfriend and say, "Hey, I'm trying to do this for her. Please keep it hush hush." Mm-hmm. Because Kobe is nosy. She thinks she's supposed to know everything. If he sneezes, if he used the bathroom, Kobe want to know. She's like, "You better videotape while you're in."
What she about to do? We about to okay.
Okay, right. FaceTime me. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. I still FaceTime. So I can make sure you ain't on Instagram looking at me. No, but I thought that was sweet that he wanted to do that for his wife.
Yeah. So with this scene here, Kobe is seen speaking with her friend, either friend or assistant, whatever, both. And they're talking about collaborating with different Detroit brands. And she's reaching out to Christina. She said she's been reaching out to her, calling her, texting her. and she about the collab because Harper, I looked it up. I'm like, what's this place? Harper Ray? It's not too, it's in Southfield. It's not too, maybe they started out in Detroit. I don't know. But it's in Southfield.
The metropolitan Detroit area is all the things they're going to be using on this show.
Right. Right. So it's right there on Southfield Road. Okay. So,
what kind of company is it?
Like jewelry, and like what Kobe said, she was like, she
that's
loved
that necklace that
she loves the $20 Tuesdays. Right on their website, they had $20 Tuesdays, girl. I'm like,
it's today Tuesday. So when I get off here, I'm gonna have to go on your website, Harper and Ray. But what I didn't like, she was saying that she reached out to Harper and Ray, but she reached out to them because she wasn't returning their phone calls. So she's sitting up here trying to say, hey, what's going on? She had this idea, but she talked to Harper and Ray, but she didn't talk to her sister girl. She called you.
She called and text.
And you didn't respond. Mm-hmm. And you looked at the text and said,
we get to that one later.
I'll get it later.
We'll get to that later. Yeah, so that they were talking about that. So they were setting that up. So then it goes to
you are so transparent.
It goes to Christina and Brandon.
Yeah, I had to do that again. I ain't mean to do it.
So and I know it's been a couple of days. Yeah. It's been I was like, oh hell no. A whole weekend?
When she said it was a couple of days, I thought that was a bit much. Brandon, you should have took your sunshine home. Because that's a lot. Especially on the weekend, as a woman, we be thinking all kinds of things. Like, oh, what he got to do this weekend?
Girl, okay. So she said that it's the first time that they've seen each other since he went to the other house. And they're meeting up with their marriage mentors.
Which is online.
Via Zoom. Yeah. And, the mentors was telling them some good advice because, they were like, how's it been? Brandon was like, it's worse. And, they were saying, because he was, that they were talking about, they basically, because their mentor called it out, speaking death over their marriage.
Yeah, but Christine, she was sitting there with a stank attitude the whole time. The only thing that made me mad, well, not mad, but I felt a certain type of way was, she was like, I didn't say anything. You looked at man in his face and was like, I can have any man I want to, so if you want to leave, you can leave. You was being real tough with them words. After the fact, I want my marriage, I love him, but you got to watch what you say.
Why you got to do her voice?
Because she did say it like she was she was the victim. You was saying some harsh stuff. His feelings was hurting. He could have handled you differently, but that stuff you said to him, that's when you tell your husband that you could get another man, any man you want to, right now.
I think she's still saying that out of hurt because of his stuff that.
But he didn't say. But he didn't say I'm gonna get another chick.
I mean, but we know what hurts our guy.
Yeah,
So,
but we all have the options. People try to holler at everybody all the
girl,
time,
come on.
male and female. So
Yeah.
if you with somebody and you love them and they your husband or significant, some stuff we at the age now, we not teenagers. We not in our 20s. You in your 30s. You're in your 40s now. It's time for to grow up. A little bit of maturity.
Yeah, and cause Christina, she was like, I kept saying, like, if you want to leave, you can go.
You was talking real tough, but you wasn't saying that to your friend in the previous episode. When you was like,
Snot
you was like, she was crying. She was like, I want to fight. You love him. It's okay to love him. It's okay.
Right. But she was telling her side. She said she felt belittled. She felt unsafe and unprotected. I'm like, ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch.
After she used them Edward Scissorhand words, yeah. I think he stayed away maybe just to when you say stuff like that to a man, I was proud of him that he said that's how you really feel and didn't go off, because it could have went.
I don't know. See, I get some of her stank attitude. I get some of her stank attitude because he was telling his mentors, he was like, when I wasn't with her, my business was thriving. That's what he said. And she looked like, oh, so it's like, it's my fault?
So it's my fault, yeah.
So.
But he has been, the only thing I can say, it appears that he has been supportive in everything that she's doing. And he just wants her to give him the same support.
I don't know. I think she said it was sometime where she put on hold and he wants to support her for 7 years, right? Isn't that what she said?
She had his babies and he had money.
So,
that's a prime example of saying I love you during. But
yeah, but they were speaking death and they were doing that tit for tat stuff. I'm so glad I am not in that type of relationship anymore. Like that tit for tat. It's all mature over here.
Over here.
That's my Cali. It's all mature over here.
I think. Yeah, I'm glad I'm in a mature relationship too, because all the words, they say words don't hurt, words do hurt.
Oh yeah.
You can destroy somebody with your words, so we got to be careful what we say and our actions as well.
And then Brandon apologized and said that he would never say the word divorce again, and she was like, okay, you remember that?
I'm ride or die, baby. I'm in it to win it.
Okay, so then we go back to Toya and Anthony. So Bishop just wrapped up his sermon.
Is everybody's parents?
I'm like, everybody's parents.
Lord, is this the pastors of Detroit? Y'all supposed to be on, but yeah. Right. I said, okay, everybody's parents are pastors.
I'm like,
wow.
What? But hey, so Bishop, was talking.
Pray the Lord. Pray the Lord.
Pray the Lord, thanks. But I put blank man in there, Anyway.
They showed his church. It seemed like they had a really nice congregation with everybody over 75. They had a but I like small storefront churches though, honestly, because you get more of that loving environment.
I like them all. But yeah, so Anthony's talking with Dad. And while the family's in the car waiting, and basically Dad was telling him, "It's all in the timing, son."
I understand that, but the thing I didn't like when he was telling him about him being in Atlanta, he was like, I was in Atlanta, and he was like, well, you need to be here because your sons were going through something, and they needed their father. But I was like, you're the grandfather.
He said he was there.
But
like he said, but they still need their dad.
They did need their dad, but it's like a catch-22. The man is somewhere trying to make the money to provide for his family because he's trying to prove himself in the world, making not necessarily a name, but he's trying to get a coin because she clearly makes more money than him, so he's trying to prove himself. Mm-hmm. You are her father and a pastor, and like he said, he was coming back and forth. So if he's coming back and forth, he was coming back and forth. But my thing is, he was like, well, they needed you. It's a lot of grandfathers that do stand in the gap. And he did say to him, like, well, he was like, well, basically, he was telling him it's your job, and I ain't trying to be nobody's
Basically,
daddy. That's what he was
I
trying
done
to say.
raised mine. You got to raise your son.
But I thought that was deep because grandparents are important, and sometimes we do need to help our children, even though and I think that's where he probably felt the separation because he's looking for validation from her dad and that connection, and it's there, but it's not there the way he would like for it to be. I think.
Yeah.
But I don't Reverend.
But and I'm glad it's all love, and he know that he loves him. It's coming from a place of love, and it was a nice little chat.
But I'm quite sure as we go on, we're gonna figure out the depth of that void that he has in his heart.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so next thing it says Kobe is taking care of her business, and she's still saying she has not heard from Christina. And then, oh my Lord, Big Russ, he done went through the walkthrough at the gym without his wife.
Now she done told
you. She done told you, Russ.
I was really, men, please stop thinking when it comes to businesses, these people are your homeboys. Because if Bro was making money like that, he wouldn't be trying to sell his business. He would still be trying to hold up the light.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm going to show you the numbers. In business, we can't be bamboozled because it can look one way from the outside.
Right. And
but
people can fudge numbers. Come on.
It's not hard, honey.
It's not hard.
So I do feel her. I feel like as a woman.
I think she has a good business sense.
Yes. And you need to be there because as a woman and a man's helpmate, we see things that you don't see. We pick up on certain cues that you don't pick up on, and y'all be all in the homeboy heaven.
Yeah.
And
we like, something not right.
Something not right, and she's feeling in her discernment like, I need to be there because this is a decision that's gonna affect our family. And I love when she checked them and said, "So you think I'm gonna be there?"
I love Kobe.
He's like, so I'm supposed to be at the gym. She ain't playing that because she got business on the floor.
Right.
You're just gonna assume that she wants to be stuck up in a stanky gym.
So Kobe, people crushing on your man, honey. I look at this one influencer that this is what he does for a living. He watched all of the doggone reality shows and he breaks them down. Kempire, I like him. And when he did his recap of Love and Marriage Detroit, because I'm on his, I subscribe to him, so I'm on his live chat. People were like, that Russell.
I even said that Russell was attractive, and he's a younger man, but he is. Kobe, get it together, girl. That's all I got to say. Because the vultures are out here, not me, because I'm straight. But just be careful, because the one thing that a man will do when he get a yes woman and she's the one that believes in me, that's how women get to snatching and grabbing other people's men, because he'll say, you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, you didn't support that. But some other woman supporting it and believing in his dreams and stroking that ego.
She gonna be like, I'll be at the gym. Hey. Or he'll hire somebody to work at the gym, and then she'd be like, oh, this could be our gym. So just be careful, Kobe girl. You cute, but sometimes, that ain't just everything. I'm quite sure you have beauty and brains, so she's gorgeous. I think she's so pretty.
She is. She's cool. She seems like she's cool.
Yeah, she seemed like a cool person.
Yeah. But Russell have too much going on. It's so much going on. Right. So much.
The book of the makeup, the candlestick makeup. You want to own the gym? Yeah, he is.
Calm down.
So how'd you feel about the little hateration of Brandon though? How he's like feeding Christine and stuff about Kobe. I ain't like that.
We peeped that in the beginning though. I said he's trying to put a wedge. He's trying to put a wedge ever since she, blew up his spot.
Right. He's being vindictive. That's what he's
petty.
doing.
He's petty. He's very petty. And even that blogger, he picked up on it. He was like, he wants to destroy their relationship.
He don't want her to have him. I think he admires his wife, but it's something about, I think she's doing well, and sometimes some men and this may or may not be the case, it'll be revealed later, can get a little jealous when their wife is getting a little shine because he keeps saying that my business isn't the same since I got married. But if you're a businessman, whether you're married or single,
but that comes from insecurity.
Yeah.
Those men that do that.
And Christina is pretty, so she could be any man she wants to.
Oh,
So
I love that black outfit she had on. You better go,
cute.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
You better go.
Look like you dressed her.
Like a black Barbie.
Yes, she does.
Oh, the blow up. The
My.
blow up.
My.
I'm like Dr. Toya. So Dr. Toya pretty much sided with Kobe. I did too.
I did too.
Some stuff Christina was saying, I'm like, okay, I get that.
She was sounding like a hater. That's what she was sounding like. It's like, you're saying you're my sister and you're my friend.
And this is your idea, but when I call you,
you don't do anything.
But see, then you have Brandon, like, calling her Kobe cat.
That shit was funny. She over there Kobe cat, and I'm like,
so she probably thinking like, yeah, like every time you say something, then she going and do it.
No, the only thing I see is you said it. Christine, the whole time, Christine kept saying, let's collaborate. If you want to be solo dolo, don't even mention the collaboration.
Exactly.
And then maybe you should have, you're her big sister, her mentor. You should explain to her, this is how this works. Because if you do it this way, but you're not communicating with anybody, because you can't communicate with your own husband, so let alone a sister girl. So I don't know.
She was like, Christina was like, she's like, what have you pitched? She's like, who did you call? What have you pitched? I got her on that. I'm like, right, if we want to work together, that's how, you got to come correct. What have you done on your end? That's what she did. And then Kobe was like, well, I'm trying to have that conversation so we can,
so
she seems like she's kind of new to it.
She is, and she's trying to find her way. And so she was calling her big sis, as you call yourself, to get the information and find out. And then another thing is, if you have somebody who has a product, they're going to go with whoever's calling them. But she did tell her, Christine is trying to already do something like this, so maybe y'all should collaborate. Yeah. So at least she is trying to talk to you before she's trying to do it on her own. But it was like really twisted how she tried to make her Kobe seem like she was a bad person and she wasn't. But girl, when Brandon attacked her husband Russ was like, what up, though? I was like, I know that's right. You better defend your wife.
Yeah.
And Brandon shut up, too.
Brandon did shut up. Mm-hmm. Oh, but the clip for the upcoming, Russell was like, if I wasn't saved,
I would have folded him like a piece of paper.
And then Brandon gets into it with Anthony. Remember that scene? Because Anthony was right. Even from that snippet, he was like, I don't know if I could do business with somebody who pretty much is
turning on their friends.
Turning on the people in the same circle. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you really can't do business. And they really are the drama bringers.
Yeah, y'all need to go on have their own.
Like the Dr. Latoya, she was like, I'm not with this drama stuff. She was like, and then Russ and Kobe like, we not either. Then Christy like, oh, but we are. Yes,
yes. Every show, every situation is always about you and Christina. Y'all just attention whores or something. Y'all just are drawing the drama to you by your actions with each other and amongst everybody else. And then you're bringing everybody else into your drama. Some things need to be kept between just two people, not always.
And again, I do account for this is reality TV, so some stuff may be embellished for drama's sake, for storyline's sake. I get that, I do.
So if that's what you guys are doing, kudos.
Right, if that's what you're doing, okay, get do your thing. But but if it's a little bit of truth to it, then yeah, you gotta do better.
Yeah, don't be petty, and Brandon, don't be petty towards another woman. We as women, I think that you saw the sisterhood and stuff, and you felt a certain type of way because they are getting close. And after you felt like Kobe betrayed you because her husband mentioned to her, and maybe she shouldn't have mentioned it, but she did. So I love their relationship because they talk about everything, and maybe you should take notes and talk about everything with your wife, and then you wouldn't have the problem that you have now.
With that being said, Thank you for tuning in to Clink Love and Marriage Detroit recap.
And I'm gonna sip.
Thank you for tuning in and catch us next week for episode 5, honey, because we know it's going down.
We know it's going all the way down. And we love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Remember to go to allthingscamandk@gmail.com and leave us any comments that you might have. And
yeah, and keep tuning in, okay? So we are signing off. All right. Everybody have a good one. Bye.
bye.
And we are still live until I press the button and I
Yes,
can walk
she
around.
is. But you know what, everybody? Kay is going over there to press that button. So before she presses that button, how many lights can you push? Ding, 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 ding.